Hey everybody, this is Brian Clark. You might know me as Grumpin' Tug on our subreddit for Trove. I'm the lead artist for the game, and I'm the guy that kind of looks over all the weapons and gives the final okay on whether or not we want to see stuff in the game. Trove is our voxel-based game for building and exploring and all sorts of crazy stuff, and we're looking for player submissions from people just like you. So make sure you stop by trovegame.com to check it out if you haven't seen anything from it before. Let's get started. So you're going to open up your voxel editor of choice, and then you can get started. So one of the things you're going to want to do is make sure you're working within the outlined size that's in the art doc, and you'll be able to find the download link to the art doc on the subreddit as well. So we're going to work in basically the size that we have for swords, which is about 35 voxels by 10 voxels by 10 voxels, which is this yellow square right here. So from that point, you're going to start making your weapon. And as far as style, colors, things like that, that kind of goes outside of the scope of this video. But if you refer to the art doc, you'll be able to kind of get an idea of what you need to make. So once you've finished making your beautiful voxel weapon, you're going to want to make sure you do a couple things to make sure they follow our guidelines. I've imported a weapon, player-made weapon from Kiara on Reddit. So hey, here's your weapon, it's super cool. So what you want to do, you can see that this fits within our size constrictions, this 35 by 10 by 10 here. It's well within the size, so it's good to go. You want to make sure your weapon is pointing, in this case it's an umbrella, so whatever, but if you've got a bladed weapon or anything like that, you want it blade down, facing down the forward axis, and you're going to want to make sure you have an attachment point here, this pink dot right here on the handle. And this is really important because this is the piece that actually connects it to the player. It's going to tell the game this is the part of the weapon that the player is going to hold. So this needs to actually be a RGB value of 2550-255. So it's going to be a hot pink color. If it's even off by one number value, it won't work in game. So you want to make sure that's correct so that we don't have to send it back to you. Also, if you grab the art doc, there are a few files in there that are the scale files for the player character, and you'll be able to use that as sort of a reference. Just kind of move it in place, and you'll get a good idea of whether or not it's going to look right when the player's holding it, if it's kind of the wrong size, if it's too big, too small, things like that. So this actually comes out to a pretty good size, and that's why we accepted it. So after you've created the weapon, then you simply post screenshots of it on the subreddit, and you'll get feedback from other players, myself, and you'll kind of make changes, tweaks here and there. And then once it gets to a point where we like it and we decide we want to accept it, you'll receive a private message from myself or one of the other developers on the team. And from that point, you'll email your files to us for final processing, where we'll give it a final look over. We're going to want one of the listed file types that we accept from that are listed in the art doc, but those file types are QB, Vox, KV6, VXL, BinVox, and RawVox. Any one of those we'll accept and be able to convert over into our proprietary format for the game. The rewards that you get for an accepted submission are 1,000 in-game credits, a special hat, your name tied to the tooltip on the item in-game, and if you don't have access to the game, you get an alpha key. So that's basically it. It's really simple and fun to do, so get out there and start making whatever you want to make.